The evolving dynamics of our global marketplace can be characterized by rapid technological advancements and interconnectedness, which continue to transform the nature of work. Traditional methods of acquiring and deploying talent are kind of dissolving, giving rise to more fluid.
Organizations have started to realize that they need to go to where the talent is. And the barriers of wanting to look at that only within their immediate country or confines has gone.
But I think with the onset of COVID, with the onset of people getting to understand that things can be done virtually, people can work and deliver virtually, it made a lot of impact on the way organizations thought about borderless hiring. It gave a lot of impetus to it. Secondly, the technology advancement has been huge in the last 1 decade, with video conferencing becoming more and more better, with cloud collaborations becoming more and more advanced. It has led to this understanding that we can be anywhere and we can still work together as a team.
There is a dearth of talent for certain specific skills across the globe. So companies are looking at individuals who can contribute beyond the borders, right?
The people who are already working in other country wanted to come here. I'm talking about repatriating the people who are working for a very many years in other country, wanted to come back, wanted to be with the family and our festivity and all those things they're missing. So those are the things also we are kind of capitalizing to bring in good talent.
People, they stay back in one country for 2-3 years or 5 years and then they go back to their home country, and it is always on a positive note. They just take back those experiences that they have gained in different parts of the world, and then they go back to their home country where they have their base is there, right?
How are we really presenting our organization as a more diverse organization by bringing in expertise from diverse backgrounds with different perspectives, which is really crucial for driving innovation and productivity, for the businesses?
I think it's more to do with one, attracting the talent, giving them that opportunities and keeping a check-in at a regular thing that look, are you really feeling in terms of, and then in addition, we also have cross-functional projects, which is, people working from different departments, they come together and this is what attracts the new talent on.
Fill void, the talent deficit that's there from within your, industry, specific industries.
When you talk about the semiconductor talent, we are at least 2 to 3 lakhs skills shortage for the next 2 to 3 years, right? And we don't have it.
So you talk about certain specific R&D roles, right? There's a lot of research which happens in this industry. How is it that we are skilling our internal talent to be able to cover up the gap? So talking about programs designed internally where you actually are even encouraging employees, you're kind of nudging them to make them realize and understand that they will be able to do something out of their comfort zones. One aspect is that we've also looked at creating an internal talent marketplace.
Some of the shortages in terms of chip design, manufacturing and testing, PCB design, designers, power box, electronic specialists. So these are, I can name a few more, but these are the talents which we don't have, right, at this point in time, right? And we need to draw a strategy how we can get those talents into the market, right? And again, you guys, especially DTX, play a very crucial role, right? I know, with so much of things happening, and that's where the borderless talent is somewhere connected, right? And we are at the stage where we need to rely on countries like Singapore, countries like US, and also bring the Indian diaspora back into India, who may be interested in some of those opportunities within the semiconductor space.
How the India market is able to provide career opportunities, and probably earlier days, some of these opportunities which are available in the Western world, where people are far more mobile and wanting to explore opportunities in country. So that's where I said this is probably a source mix where as a organization or as teams we have not explored, and it's time that we explore more coming from a semiconductor industry perspective.
So when it comes to senior people, ability to run factories, the ability to understand an industrial environment and work, right? We find that we have to give extensions to our senior people there to continue to run the factory. So I think a skill void that I see from a manufacturing side perspective is our inability to identify a very strong second and third line.
Organizations are not just looking at the cost factor. No, I'm not hiring, say I'm hiring for a director, I'm just not looking at the cost factor. What I want is the right person to be there. So it does not matter to me now whether this talent comes from India, within India, outside India.
Unlike other geographies where application-based learning is given more importance, India, I think, lacks that because we've been too bookish.
The Indian education system apparently at present is only able to cater to about 45 to 55% of the industry's needs. And the India Skill Report of 2023 reveals a significant improvement in the overall employability among young people, which has increased from 46.2 to about 50% approximately. And the employability of women workforce has also risen significantly. However, there is still a significant gap that has to be addressed at the academic level.
We're trying to sign up some of the MOU with very good institutes, like wherein we can just bring in our technology into their curriculum. It is on a longer run, say maybe like 3-4 years down the line, we bring in like MTech people or some of the we can add in their curriculum and bring them a fresh talent and invest in some years in that talent to be able to equip them for our project.
We don't hire a campus hires unless they have done an intern with us. And what we have done, our intern is not the typical 2-month, 3-month kind of an intern, where we have nurtured certain campuses where they do an intern for a year with us. So that's what we have kind of mandated to bridge the gap between concepts that you may pick up during your academic journey, but which somewhat are relevant to your practical aspects that are leveraged when you hit the industry.
We started doing these hackathons where we, ask them to work on different projects and come up with ideas. So people who show interest in hackathons, especially the GTs, which is the graduate engineer trainees. So these hackathons actually have helped us in terms of, attracting more talent. So people who show interest and they come up with new ideas, we put them on that project.
So the internal infrastructure, which also includes the cultural aspect of it and the assimilation the moment the individual actually comes on board. I think that's very, very important.
Talent acquisition leaders and should have the ability to kind of understand business in real sense on what really constitutes the product, how is it kind of evolving, which skill is going to be kind of focused in India, and what really would be probably support kind of roles. So I think having that knowledge and enabling the right pitch, articulation, storytelling, what's it in for a talent, and what kind of key milestones which they will get to do when they kind of join the organization is going to become really, really critical.
What kind of company culture, values, and also what kind of how company is different, right, in terms of treating their upcoming employees, right, and that also matters when it comes to attracting the talent.
Moving away from the what and the how of things to the why. Why should I be part of this growing organization? Which we have actually gone ahead and done some talent, attraction philosophies around it, where we've really been able to get talent who connect to the purpose, and then they just come in and make that move. They make that shift.
Look and see is a must-have, which is there for a global talent, whether it is an Indian, whether it is an expat, because they're used to certain kind of ways of working, they're used to certain kind of lifestyle. And if an Indian, or let's say, we don't have then that should be a part of the negotiation when you actually tell them on the plate your policies, your ways of working, your culture, that this is what you do. I'm sure it is important to super index what we as a brand brings in across in terms of the values, etc.
How do we kind of really attract those talent by really creating a policy around enabling them to understand how they can move across borders, creating more flexibility in our policies, ensuring that we are able to kind of create that focus around improve our ESG credentials as well as an employer brand. So I think GTX as a partner has enabled us to kind of think through and also strategize our talent strategies in dwelling into that journey.
Lovely having all of you this morning. Thank you again and hope to see you soon.